Welcome to Comfort Time with Auntie Unique. My story for today is an encounter with an angel. We have all encountered angels, I hope. Sometimes we are not aware, but angels are real and angels are there to help us. All we need to do is ask. I'm going to share a story that will make you happy as it did me. You know, I've traveled to the Copper Belt. I've shared many times that my mother lived about 4 hours away from Lusaka. So every so often, I would go to visit her. And lately, I decided it's too long for me to drive for 4 hours. So normally when I need to go and see mom, I would ask someone else to drive me. I would either engage a driver or I'd ask one of my brothers to drive me. So on this day, my brother drove me. He came and waited for me, and then we drove back together. So I was going to spend a few days with mom. And while I was there, we did talked. She used to just laugh, basking in what's going on in my life, and I would share, and I would also find out what's happening in her life. And after 3-4 days, maybe a week, I would come back. So now, when I decided that I was coming back, I asked my brother to bring me back to Lusaka, to drive me back. And he said he needed to get back to Ndola on the same day. So we decided, okay, if we leave very early, you can reach Lusaka, and then you can, if you drop me at the stadium, there's a place where it's called, at the stadium, football stadium, there you can get vehicles of private people who maybe want help with gas, or they are lonely and want someone to be with them on their vehicle, and they don't charge that much, so it's faster. So what he did, he was like, okay, so I'll take you to Lusaka and you drop me at the stadium. I get into a vehicle and I go back to Ndola as you drive back to your home. And I was like, yeah, good. I was okay with that because that was Lusaka. Now it was not such a big deal. So I got into the car and started going back, coming home. I was in high spirits because I'm not the one who was driving, so I wasn't that stressed. So I was busy driving, coming home, and instead of going all the way from to Great East Road, I decided to turn somewhere just before Great East Road, just to enjoy the scenery. You know, it was raining, so everything was nice and green, and the air was nice and fresh, and the birds were singing. So I was like, I don't need to hurry, I'm just going home anyway. So I branched off on this road and started going God knows where. I went, and I was very sure as long as I keep going east, I am going to get to Great East Road at some point and then go to my home. And that's what I did. So I had music in the car, my windows rolled down, and I was busy enjoying the vegetation and the houses. Now, after about 30-40 minutes, I realized, no, wait a minute. I've been driving for quite a long time, and I have not branched off into Great East Road, which is the main road, which should take me to my home. And so I was like, wait a minute, what could have happened? So I decided at that point to ask for help. I asked some people and they were like, what? You're trying to get to Great East Road? I was like, yeah. They're like, oh no, you are way, way away from Great East Road. You're actually so far away from Foxdale that we don't know how you got here. I'm like, no, that's not possible. I know Foxdale. I lived in Kalundu, and I would use Zambezi Road to go to Foxdale. And I never used that route, so how did I go beyond Foxdale? So I was like, okay, so how do I get back to Great East Road? And they were like, okay, 10 left, 10 right, 10 left, 10 right again, and Greatest Road will be just in front of you. I was like, oh, thank you so much. So I did as I was directed, 10 left, 10 right, 10 right, and I was not getting to Greatest Road. Now, what even scared me was that my gas light went up, and I still did not know where I was. So I decided, wait, let me ask again. So I asked some other people, and they said, no, you should turn back. Then from here, turn left. And when you turn right, you will see a shopping mall. I was like, okay, who can miss a shopping mall? That's a big place. So I thanked them and I went. And I still did not see the shopping mall. Now I started freaking out. So I was like, okay, so now what do I do? I didn't even know how far I was away from the Greatest Road. I didn't even know now how much gas was remaining in my tank. So now I was scared. So I decided, okay, what can I do? What I do best. I parked on the side and prayed. I cried out to God. I said, I'm lost. I don't know how this happened, but God, I am lost and I need you. I prayed, I said, I need my guardian angel to come and take me where I'm supposed to be. Otherwise, I'm so lost. I didn't even want to ask anymore because everyone I was asking was showing me directions which were even getting me more lost. So anyway, after praying, I said amen, started the engine, and just before I started going forward, I saw this guy. And I was like, hi. He was like, hello. I'm like, okay, I'm trying to get to Greatest Road. I am so lost. He was like, oh, thank you. I'm actually going that way. But can I have a lift? I'm like, please, please. So he came, jumped in the car, and I was like, you will have to direct me because I really don't know where I am. So you will have to help me that way. He was like, don't worry, I will help you. So he was like, 10 right here, 10 right here, 10 left here, 10. And we did that, and voila, we were in Greatest Road. I could not even say much. I was so traumatized. I was thinking, how did this happen? I was so confused. So now on Greatest Road, I didn't even want to talk because I was thinking so much, so I didn't really engage him that much. And then when we got to Greatest Road, I was to turn onto Acacia Road. That way, to take me to Chainda and then back to Ibex and to my home. So I was turning onto Acacia, and I was like, okay, from here, I know where to go. Where am I dropping you so that you're not too far from where you were going? He was like, Acacia is fine. I'm like, I know exactly where I am here and it's fine. He's like, you know what, I'm very close to where I needed to be. It's actually just there. He pointed just in front of, just at the bend, at the corner of Acacia. So I was like, oh, cool. So he opened the door to get out, and I reached out in my bag to get something to just appreciate him. I was so grateful. So I reached out in my bag, got up to give him what I had gotten, and I could not see him. I looked in front, he was not there. I looked behind, he was not there. I looked on the sides, the guy was not there. And I was like, I didn't even take a moment. I just reached out in my bag. There's no way he just disappeared just like that. And then immediately it dawned on me, I had just had an encounter with an angel. So the angel brought me to where I needed to be. So from there, I turned on my praise music. I was dancing all the way until I got home, and for the rest of the day, I was like, thank you, my angel, thank you, thank you, thank you. So angels do exist. Ask for their help. Don't wait until you are now at a point of breaking down. I was so lost. I was thinking, why didn't I ask sooner, you know? So angels are real, and angels are there for us to reach out to. This is my story for today. Be on the lookout. See you in the next video.